Okay, this is your last building project for our building and testing materials unit. So this week we are going to be building a birdhouse using recycled materials. And we are going to be following some of the steps of the scientific method to complete your birdhouse, which we've been doing kind of throughout with our tower and our pencil holder as well, okay? So, step 1 and step 2, this is due on Tuesday, okay? So you have a couple days to think about it. So your question is already written for you, okay? So your question is it possible to build a recycled birdhouse that is safe, sturdy, and durable in outdoor weather conditions? Obviously, you're going to put your birdhouse outside for the birds, okay? But you need to come up with your hypothesis. Now, your hypothesis is your best educated guess based on what you notice and or what you researched. So you need to make a smart guess to answer this question. So is it possible to build a recycled birdhouse that is safe, sturdy, and durable in outdoor weather conditions? My guess is that you will all be able to do this. So my guess for you, my hypothesis is yes, it is possible, okay? Now, you will be doing a little bit of research, okay, but not too much. So, the questions that you kind of want to think about are, what do birds need? Obviously, we're looking for possibly some shade from the sun. Think about the weather outside, it's really hot, so they might need some shade to protect them, and just a place where they can just take a rest and eat some food. So they need food, maybe some shade, maybe some water, if you can make your bird feeder hold that much, okay? Then you need to look at how can you make it durable or strong for the UAE. So think about if you put something outside and it's really, really hot, it could melt, right? If it's plastic, if it's super hot, it could melt. But if you maybe put your bird feeder in a shadier spot, then it might not get too hot and it might not melt. So those are some things that you can think about, the materials that you're using, so they don't melt and they can withstand the outside temperatures, especially right now when it's super hot. Then you need to think about how your house will hang. So are you going to just have some string and tie it? Are you going to do something else that's super cool because you found a cool design? And then the last question is, how will the bird get in and out? So are you going to have an open feeder where you just have a bottom and some food around it? Or are you going to have a little door for them, maybe a window, maybe a few different entrances for your bird feeder? So those are things that you can think about, and you can just answer those questions just in bullet points, just really quickly. It doesn't have to be in full sentences, just so you are thinking about it. Now, to help you with your research, I have come up with this list, and there are so many videos on YouTube, and there are so many things on Pinterest, and if you Google how to make a birdhouse using whatever material you're thinking about doing, you can probably figure out how to make a bird feeder or a birdhouse that way. So these are just a few of the many different bird feeder videos that I found on YouTube using things that you have at home. So cardboard, milk cartons, juice cartons, popsicle sticks, plastic bottles, all sorts of different materials that you probably just have lying around your house, hopefully. So you shouldn't need to go out and buy anything. Just remember you're trying to use recycled materials, so things that you already have at home. So if you have a look through those, maybe you'll come up with some really good ideas and you can do your research part. Now this is all due on Tuesday, like I said. So, but do try to get it done earlier if you can, because, and you'll find out at the end, there is a special prize if you get this finished sooner rather than later. So obviously step 3 is the experiment part, and that is making your actual birdhouse. So you might need to try out many different types of materials until you get it right, and that's why it's called the experimenting. So we're testing out different materials to see if they're strong enough, or maybe we need to use different things. Maybe your first choice was perfect because you are an expert birdhouse maker. Okay, so on this page there's some more examples for you that I found. Please remember to decorate your birdhouse. If you look and see here, there's just this bottle and it's just kind of lame. So try to decorate it to make it more interesting than just a plain bottle. But there's all sorts of different types. So here, okay, remember they have different entrances, like I was saying, and it's actually really cute. And then they have a little stand for your bird to sit on to get the food. Okay, there's another option here. This one just uses some pie tins. So there's loads of different things that you can use for your birdhouse / bird feeder, okay? But please remember to decorate it the best that you can. Step 4 and step 5 are the last steps, and that is your analysis and your conclusion. So an analysis, remember, is just looking at what you did during your experiment and thinking about what happened. So you're going to tell me about the materials you used. Why did you use them? Okay, maybe you tried out a few different types and you found that the material that you used was the best one. Maybe it was the strongest one. Maybe you actually tested out things, making sure they could get wet just in case it randomly rains. Or like maybe you just put it outside for a bit to see how it reacted to in the heat. Next, you need to tell me how you designed your birdhouse so that a bird could actually go in and out. Please don't make this giant enough for a falcon. Just a tiny little bird is fine. I look outside my house and I see a few tiny little birds. But yeah, the biggest bird I have outside my house is a pigeon. But yeah, like it's just small birds, not massive giant birds. So no falcons or peacocks. Since I know somebody in my class has a peacock, that's too big. You don't have to make it that big, just tiny little birds, okay? Then, how will you hang your birdhouse in your backyard? So where did you think about to hang your birdhouse? Maybe you have a balcony. If you don't have a balcony, maybe you can just hang it outside your window. Or if you do have a backyard, maybe you have a tree or something to put it in. So tell me where you're hanging it and how you decided to hang it. Are you using string? Did you have fancy wire? Did you make something to hang it so it was extra sturdy? Maybe you just nailed it into a tree, okay? Think about how you're gonna hang it. And then what did you do to make your birdhouse safe, sturdy, and stable? So how did you put it together so it doesn't fall apart? Because obviously if a bird's in there and it's eaten and it's like, oh, I'm just eating away, and then all of a sudden the bottom gives out, well, the bird's gonna be very surprised, and it's a good thing they can fly. But think about how you're putting it together and what materials you're using. Maybe you just kept everything in one, maybe you just used one milk jug and that was it. And that was your way of keeping it sturdy and safe. All right, so those are things that you're thinking about throughout your building, but you need to tell me how you decided to do that for your analysis. And then finally, you have to write your concluding sentence, which is just whether or not your hypothesis was correct. So I want you to, you can't just write, I was right. You need to write a proper sentence. So if you're, so maybe it was, no, I could not build a birdhouse out of recycled materials. I really found this very difficult. So add in some details to your sentence to make it longer. Remember, we're almost in grade 4 now, so try to make this a grade 4 sentence, not a grade 3 sentence. You guys are capable now of writing a lot better, and definitely at a grade 4 level since you're almost in grade 4. So just have a think about, obviously, if you did build your birdhouse, which everyone will be doing, your answer should be, it is possible. But what challenges you faced, maybe if you found it really hard. Yes, it was possible, but I found it really tricky to find the right materials because it's really hot in the UAE. Remember, write a complete sentence. I don't want to see just the answer as yes. Okay, that is, I will send it right back. You cannot just write yes. That is not a conclusion, that's not even a sentence, okay? And that is it. So remember, have a look through the internet to help you. Google has, like I said, lots of different examples. Your birdhouse analysis and conclusion are due on Sunday the 21st, but we will be giving you bonus points if you finish it by Thursday, June 18th, okay? So if you are able to complete this by Thursday, you will get some bonus points, possibly a lot of bonus points. I'm thinking like 10 bonus points, but that's just me. So this is due Sunday, June 21st. If it's not in by Sunday, June 21st, you will get a 0, okay? Unless you have a good reason why you were not able to complete it. So please, if you cannot complete it by Sunday, send your teachers a message and just let us know what's going on and why you can't do it by Sunday. And if you get it done by Thursday, June 18th, no worries, you get bonus points, okay? So good luck, and we can't wait to see your birdhouses.